Big game breakdown continues here on SportsBit. ESPN Big Monday Showdown in the ACC, North Carolina and Notre Dame. And the markets have been very active on this game in early betting action. Notre Dame open 9.5. They've been bet up to minus 11. Total 150.5 has been bet up to 152.5 in early betting action on Monday morning. Since Notre Dame joined the ACC, they've had some success, certainly against the spread against Tar Heels. It actually has some straight up success. North Carolina only 5-4 straight up, but 3-6 ATS in the head-to-head meetings against the Fighting Irish. So the Bray-Williams matchups have been at 67% in the Irish's favor, and they've been able to win some of these games in straight up fashion against, the juggernaut that is the North Carolina Tar Heels. We look at what happened on January 13th. North Carolina, they won 69-68 in South Bend. There was no Farrell, no Colson for the Fighting Irish. It was 66-60. Notre Dame with the lead. The offense completely died down the stretch of that contest. The Tar Heels stole one against the Irish. Unique scheduling spot here for North Carolina, worth talking about for a moment. The Tar Heels playing 3 games in 5 days. Now, conference tournament time, we don't worry about that kind of stuff, but there's no travel when it comes to conference tournament time. We do worry about it as the conference tournaments drag on, but in the regular season, it's an issue, especially when the other team has normal time to prepare. Now, North Carolina agreed to play 3 games in 5 days before the season started. It was a TV deal. Had to play Thursday night, Saturday, and then Monday to get the TV games that the conference has and the matchups that they wanted. But they're the only team in the ACC that has to do it. And the quote from Roy Williams doesn't exactly sound positive about the experience. Quote, "I don't necessarily like it. I definitely don't like that we're the only one doing it. But Senior Associate ACC Commissioner Paul Brazeau called and said, we've got a stretch for you, and it's going to be very difficult, but we need to do it. I said, all right, let's do it." We thought it was going to be a hard stretch coming in. It turns out that stretch may actually be even harder than initially anticipated, because remember, the first game, that grudge match against Duke, for the Tar Heel seniors, that was a pretty big ball game. Balls to the wall in that contest. Saturday, a revenge grudge match at NC State after losing to NC State in the first meeting. Now, they got to play again on Monday. And this is not a North Carolina team with a ton of depth. You look at the minutes over the last 2 games for the Tar Heels, and everybody playing 30-plus minutes, all the key guys for Roy Williams. This is not going to be a fresh team necessarily today. And they worked so hard in both of those games. They trailed in the second half both times. They didn't play great defense. They allowed 167 points on 65 of 126 shooting, better than 50% from the floor. Their opponents, they were able to dominate the glass 78-54. That's been huge for North Carolina in recent games, and that could well be a matchup advantage for them against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish tonight. So the pride's going to be there, no question. I worry about the energy for the Tar Heels, especially when it comes to winning by double-digit margins. North Carolina has been a really hard team to price in recent weeks. This was a Sweet 16, Elite 8 type squad when everyone was healthy. I mean, they were ranked as, a top 10 team early on this season. And they lost Bonzie Colson. That was the end of that for being a top 10 team. And then Matt Farrell got hurt. Without Farrell, they went 1-4 straight up, 2-3 against the spread. When he first came back, he didn't look good, sluggish against NC State. His last 2, Notre Dame's looked like a different team. They really have. And Farrell, 47 points, 12 rebounds, and wins and covers against Boston College and Florida State last week. Both those came at home. Now they have to hit the highway. But make no mistake about it, Mike Bray knows who his leader is right now. Quote, "We take our lead from Matt Farrell. He's been a warrior for us." Irish are a tough team. My biggest concern about Notre Dame tonight is their ability to hang on the boards with the Tar Heels. We talked about the North Carolina's rebounding edge in each of their last 2 ball games. Significant. They're big in the low post. Notre Dame's not going to turn the ball over. They're going to get shots. It's only 17th in the nation in fewest turnover percentage. Okay, they don't make a lot of mistakes with the basketball when it comes to ball handling. What they don't do, however, is hit the glass hard. And certainly when it comes to the offensive glass versus the defensive glass. Look, North Carolina doesn't force turnovers. They're number 296 in the country at forcing them. But they're number 3 in the country in offensive rebounds. And Notre Dame, well, they're number 208 in the country in snagging the available defensive rebounds, the percentage of available defensive rebounds. So if the Tar Heels end up winning by margin tonight, it's likely to come from their dominance on the boards. If the Irish cover the number, I wouldn't be shocked if they do whatsoever. I think this is a Notre Dame spot. But if the Irish cover the number, it's likely to be because their guy, Farrell, has another big game against North Carolina defense, a North Carolina team that isn't playing grade A defense right now. Lean to the Irish in this one. More big game breakdowns coming up next, right here on Sportsman. Stay tuned. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.